Book Friday, we got the stash.
Oh yeah.
Pages yellow, but we're making cash. Cheap heroes flying, making moves so fast.
Woo.
In this funky time warp, it's a blast.
Comic shops buzzing like bees in a hive. Vintage tales bringing them alive.
Yeah.
Collector's paradise where dreams reside.
Flipping through the pages, taking that ride.
Comic Book Friday swinging to the beat. Getting those deals ain't it neat? Heroes and villains all meet and greet. Dancing in the aisles, moving our feet.
Found a gem from 42, Captain Bold, tales untold, worth their weight in gold. Mad scientist with a plan so cold. Now it's moved to cherish and hold.
Super fans unite with the shout. Yeah. Cheap comics, there's no doubt. Woo. Every hero story we tell. In this funky mission, no one leaves out. Comic Book Friday swinging to the beat. Getting those deals ain't it neat? Heroes and villains all meet and greet. Dancing in the aisles, moving our feet.
Hey everybody, happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Been a great week for me, thanks to all of you. So appreciate it so much. I'm filming this last Friday. So tomorrow we'll be doing the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. But as I just checked, we're at 1,862 subscribers. So keeping my fingers crossed that we actually get to 2,000 by the time I do the giveaway tomorrow, because otherwise I'll probably have to do another giveaway on Sunday, and I don't have anything to give away. Pretty much doing it all on Saturday, so I think people will forgive me if I only do one. But I'm really kind of hoping we get to the 2,000, and we might the way it's been going. So it's slowed down some, but it's Friday, so maybe it'll pick up again, and with the promoting that they're doing, I don't know. We'll find out. You guys probably know by now. So, anyway, today we're not doing a claim sale, right? I announced yesterday that we weren't going to do a claim sale anymore on Fridays. That might come back at some point. I did have met with a guy this morning, a friend of mine that picked up 2 of my arcade cabinets out of the garage, so slowly getting the garage empty where I can move some of the comic books out into there and have a little more room in here, maybe clear out this closet, clear out this 20 long boxes that are next to my bed in my bedroom, and then there's still a whole bunch of stuff in the living room. So anyway, we may go back eventually to claim sale on Friday as well, but for right now I just don't have the room to have that many boxes prepped at the same time. You see the boxes sitting back here. Those are the comic book boxes for Monday through Thursday. Friday's over here in the way. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of do a shortened episode of what used to be the Sunday show. We'll look at some Disneyana. We're going to laminate a cover. And I'm going to do a review of a few books that I've read not too long ago, but I'm going to have to kind of go through them and remind myself of whether I liked them or not. So, so it's going to just be a fun episode. Sit back, relax. You don't have to claim anything today. You never have to claim anything, but you know what I mean. Nothing that you'll see today is up for grabs. Although a couple of the review books I will be putting into a future auction. So, let's get started. I'll move over to the other camera here. There we go. Got the laminator all ready to go. Except I forgot to turn it on hot again. And when I transition like that, if I can figure out how to do it, there will eventually be an advertisement right there. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I've turned off the ads during the shows because they're annoying. If you do it automatically, they just put so many ads in there. It's like crazy. It's ridiculous, right? But I would like to have at least the one in here to try and make a little revenue. So I'm in the future when I transition between cameras, that's where I want it. So you may see me do that. But anyway, I was going through a bunch of books looking for ones we could print out pages for, whatever. I found several after going through like 20, 30 of them that I couldn't find the pages for. I found a small little stack of stuff we can work on, but we're only going to do one today. And this one was in basically immediate need. You can see how terrible this cover is, how bad it is falling apart. So it needs to be preserved immediately. Stat! Got to do a stat fix here. This is this is barely even a cover. I considered not even doing it because it's so bad. And I probably could find the cover online maybe and do it that way, but I like this stuff. Yeah, you want to do the original if you can. I mean, you can barely even see that anymore. This is 4-color number 485, The Little People, by Walt Kelly, I'm pretty sure. So well worth saving. And we'll take a look at the inside and the artwork and so on and so forth. But I'm just trying to flatten out these little rolled up pieces on the spine. There we go. And there's another one. I'm going to run out of these laminating pages pretty quickly again. I think I only got like one left. Such amazing artwork. And of course I want to try and get it to where it's the same again, just like I did. I think it was yesterday's, or at least it matches up somewhat. Looks like this is the spine over on this side, so I need to flip this over probably. That's the back cover too. You can just see how fallen apart that is. And so I need to, it's going to match up. It needs to come over on this side of the piece. I mean, this thing is falling apart just as I touch it, as I try to get it put together here. And I also have I should show you that if I can remember what I did with it. I think it's just in the stack of books. I have an old pulp that's missing the back cover, and it is basically got parts flying off of it every time I look at it. So I stuck it in a bag and left it. I don't know what else to do with it. You can't read it because it's going to deteriorate into nothing basically as you read it. And of course they're like this thick, so you can't really do anything with it. It's just fun to have, but it's like you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. At least I don't. I got that in a flat rate box. I didn't even know what it was when I got it. I thought it was a big old comic because that's what they're supposed to be selling you as comic books. But it's so cool. I still would have wanted it. All right. For some reason, this isn't getting ready. I don't know if it's not plugged in. I did drop it. I hope I didn't break it. Oh, I don't have it on. Okay. No, on is to make the rollers go. So, well, the rollers work, but it doesn't seem to be heating up. Oh, I will try and run it through. Maybe it's just the color thing isn't changing, although it doesn't feel warm either. God, I hope I didn't break it. I dropped it a little bit earlier. I picked up the box by the wrong end and it fell out and landed on its end. Yeah, that ain't working. All right, well, I guess what I'll do is turn it off and then let it sit for a bit. And see if it heats up somehow. If it just seemed like it heated up pretty good and fast the other day, so I'm not sure. Looks like I could take it apart if I need to just see if something came unplugged inside or something. Can't be that big of a mechanism in there. But anyway, we'll leave it plugged in for a little bit and get back to it. Hopefully it'll start working. If not, I'll try and fix it, or I might have to buy a new one. But this is the book, which isn't in much better shape, really. It's stained. It's got a rusty staple. The pages are very, very, as you can see, very beat up, very brutal. But it's still readable. It's not quite there where you can't read it yet. So you got the little people and the sick fawn, and they're gonna, I imagine, just take care of a little baby deer or something. And I don't know if this is Walt Kelly art or not. This doesn't quite look like it to me, but then I don't know that I've ever looked at the little people that closely before, so I should look up and see so I know what I'm talking about. But it's still very cool, whoever's doing it. The Little People's Carnival. And man, I hate to even turn these pages. They're so soft. They're not brittle. They're soft. They're like they're just gonna rip. But anyway, that's the book. It's all there, and of course the story maybe. I don't know if the story continues on the inside, or if those are just one page things. I think. So, oh, the laminator did get hot. Cool. We can still use it. Yay! Seems like it took a long time, but yeah, we're good to go. I'm probably just impatient. And while that's running, I am gonna try to pull up Grand Comics database and see if I know what I'm talking about on the artist on this 4-color. What number did I say it was? 485. And because these are in such rough shape, I may still at some point go ahead and find the cover. If I can find the covers and go ahead and print out the other pages. Yeah, color 485, 1953. Yeah, 1953. This is from. It is not Walt Kelly. I am completely wrong. It is somebody named Don Gunn, and he did the cover and the stories. The scripts are by Paul Newman. I'm pretty sure it's not, that Paul Newman, but hey, you never know. uh, and the name of the little people are Chub, Loop, Jink, Cork, and Old One. So now I know. I guess I just always assumed that for some reason that was a Walt Kelly creation. I don't know why. These, like this doesn't necessarily look like him. This doesn't necessarily look like him. But these, to me, that looks quite a bit like Walt Kelly. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm obviously wrong as far as him being the one that did it. But this is cool. They're in like a teapot as a boat. And they're using the egg beater as a rudder or motor, which I would imagine means they're just going in circles. But it's still cool. And this one, they have an old shoe as a boat. Looks like. And when they go on a picnic lunch, they bring an extra basket for the ants and let them have their own picnic. And that's funny. Cool stuff. All right, so I need to still try and trim these down to a manageable size that will fit in a bag, but I'll do that later. No point in just watching me cut paper, I guess. And I kind of want to get onto these Disney Anna cards, and we'll get to comics after that. But cards, did I say cards? I did say cards, didn't I? There you go. So I have a binder. It's Walt Disney World card trading, right? And so for a while, after I don't know when exactly, but Disney at Walt Disney World, they would sell packs of cards, and they were pretty much the only place you could get them. I don't know if these cards. I think these cards were part of a bigger set from like Impel or something. Yeah, it says Impel. I don't think it says a year. But anyway, they each set of 9 cards shows a cartoon, right? So a classic cartoon. So this is Pluto in Bone Trouble. And then you flip them over, and this is the back side of those same cards. There's only one card in each slot. I don't have them back to back. So on this side it says H, and on this side it says 11. So not quite sure what's up with that. I don't know why one side is lettered and one side is numbered. That seems odd to me. But that's the way it's getting on here. But so those are the backs. And if that's the case, then I'm starting with the wrong set. So maybe I don't have all of them. More than likely, I seem to be have misplaced a card binder. Because I couldn't find my Marvel Masterpiece cards either. And so I may have more of these somewhere. But I also may have not got the entire set, because that happened I was never that much into cards where I would normally go through and get so many doubles that I needed the extra sets and things. This one's called Clock Cleaners. You remember that cartoon with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy? And there's the backs of that. Yeah, this one is Through the Mirror. You got Orphan's Benefit with Donald and Mickey and Horace and Clarabelle. And Clara Cluck is in that one as well as some of Mickey's nephews, uh, ruining Donald's act. Pluto's Judgment Day. Symphony Hour. Lonesome Ghosts. Everybody knows that one. The Mad Doctor. This cartoon is actually in the public domain. But when I tried posting it on YouTube, it would not let me, even though it's in the public domain, and even though there's a whole bunch of other channels that have it posted. Still wouldn't let me do it. This is a lot of cool artwork in this one. This was a really early black and white. And as you can see, if you can see the artwork, I don't know how well you can see, but you can. That's, for a cartoon, I mean, come on. They just don't make them like that anymore. So, very cool. And you got Donald's Crime, where he robbed Huey, Dewey, and Louie's piggy bank. The Art of Skiing with Goofy. And then, like I said, I don't know how big that set was. This went up to 91, 99. And I'm obviously missing. Yeah, let's see. There are 9. I'm missing it. Oh, that's weird. Because if there's 9 before this, this is okay. It starts with 10. So I'm missing 1 set at the beginning, at the very least, whatever that is. So. And then this is, I believe this was a different set, but it may have been the same set. It is an Impel set. I don't remember where I got these, because these aren't the kind of cards I would have normally collected. Somebody may have given them to me, and I didn't know what they were, so I bought a bunch and then found out that they're like, yeah, okay, they're all right. This is a family portrait series. It just shows the different characters. You got like a Mickey set, a Minnie set, a Pluto set. So it's supposed to be, you can see like the little photo holders. So they're supposed to be pictures, basically, of the characters. And then they have some sideways ones of scenes from them in their cartoons. And yeah, it just goes on. And they're cool, but they're just these were cool because they're like from the comic strips. Maybe that's why I got them, because they had ones about the comic strips. That would make sense. So this is art actually taken from the comic strips, instead of scenes from their cartoons. And then they have like these world tour ones, where it's just a character in a different country. It's kind of, I mean, it's okay, but it's nothing that I'm that interested in. There's Mickey in Russia. Some of them are kind of cool. This Samurai Duck with Donald is awesome. And then these are the checklists for those 3. So maybe it was all one set, since I have the checklists together. I'm not sure. But these are the ones I actually wanted to show you today. These are cool. These ones were sold only at Walt Disney World. It's called Walt Disney World Signature Series. So that one's got some wear on it. Unfortunately, somehow it got some wear on it. But it's so each one is like a animation drawing, but it's got a real photo behind it. So that's really a picture of Walt Disney World, and then they put Mickey on it. So it's almost like an animated drawing over a real picture with a cell set up. I don't know if that's how they did it. And then they'll have the character's signature on there. And yeah, that's the way the characters sign, right? The characters are trained to sign all their signatures the same way. It's that character's signature. That's how it's done. So if you get like an autograph book or something, that's the autograph you're going to get. And it's got a little bit of information on the back of each one. This is card number 1, of course. I don't have a complete set either. So you got Minnie Mouse. And one thing that I did notice is that I have doubles that I noticed when I was pulling this out today. So, yeah, I've got, I don't have a double of Mickey, but I used to store my doubles behind them. So I've got 2 Donalds, 2 extra Donalds. I've got an extra Goofy. And I got 1 Pluto, so don't have any extras at Pluto. Looks like I have at least 1 extra Cinderella. And of course, she's in front of her castle, so that's cool. Snow White, the real Snow White. We got 3 Snow Whites. Jasmine, Hubba Hubba, Belle. Also, 1 extra one in there. And so I'm missing whatever this card is. And I think I saw there was a chaser card that I don't have as well. And I got 2 Alice's, 2 extra Alice's. And my mom just called me, so I have to step away for a minute. I'll cut the part out while I'm gone. All right, and then we got Peter Pan. Yeah, 1 extra Peter Pan. Some Aladdin, 1 extra Aladdin. It's in front of the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot there. That's where him and Jasmine hang out. Only 1 Daisy Duck. And, ooh, a crap load of Tiggers. 1, 2, 3, 4 extra Tiggers. And that's Fantasyland. It's probably in front of the Pooh ride, but it's hard to tell because Pooh's. Oh yeah, it's actually a triptych, right? Because here's Pooh, here's Tigger, and then there's Eeyore. So, oh, it's not quite a triptych. They don't quite match up, but you can see where that was the idea. For some reason, they didn't get the sign in there and stuff to connect quite right, but that's basically the idea. So anyway, there was actually 2 extra Poohs and 1 extra Eeyore. And then there's Chip and Dale. Looks like there's only 1 of them. Dopey. Feels like there's quite a few of those in here. Dopey, Dopey, Dopey. goodness. Get in there. There it goes. So, yeah, Dopey in front of the old Snow White ride. And these attractions don't exist anymore, right? They tore all that down and put in a new Fantasyland. So, yeah, that stuff's just, some of that stuff's just not here anymore. Got one Hercules, but it looks like we have definitely some extra Simbas. 1, 2, 3 extra Simbas. Some Timon and Pumbas. One extra one. The Beast. It's kind of funny they didn't put them together with their princesses, but in order. And they are numbered. But anyway, 2 extra beasts. And it looks like the last one I've got is Ariel here. And 2 of Ariel. And then there's part of another set in here too where they did the animation movie posters. And I think that was sold in the parks as well. It does have a Disney Parks logo on there, so it may have sold at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And again, I don't have the full set, but I got the Fantasia, Dumbo, Bambi, Melody Time, Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Cinderella, 101 Dalmatians, Sword in the Stone, Jungle Book, Fox and the Hound, Black Cauldron, Great Mouse Detective, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then a checklist card. It looks like I have a couple of the checklist cards for the movie posters, and they actually show all of the movie posters on there as well. So, this set's pretty cool. I like this. I wish they had made it bigger and included stuff besides the animation posters, because I would love to see like the Treasure Island poster in there and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and at least some of the live action stuff. But yeah, there's a checklist on the back, and they are numbered on the cards. They don't show the numbers on the checklist. But anyway, that's at least part of my Disney card collection. I know I showed you the convention cards there in the little boxes a while back on a Sunday show. And then I have these guys. So let me... All right, so not anywhere close to a full set. I don't even have a full set. But these are triples and more. And then these are Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. He's in front of his, let's see, Minnie Mouse is... I don't know for sure where that is. I believe that is close to the castle in Magic Kingdom. And then this is Donald in front of his boat in the old Toontown. That's no longer there either. Goofy's on Main Street. Cinderella's in front of her castle. Snow White is in front of what her ride used to be. That's no longer there. They gave her a roller coaster instead, which is kind of weird. Jasmine is in Morocco at Epcot. Belle, I believe, is in Germany at Epcot, I think. Alice is by the Teacup Ride in Magic Kingdom. Peter Pan is not in front of his ride, he's in front of Pirates of the Caribbean. That's interesting. Wonder why they did that. Aladdin is in Morocco in Epcot. Tigger is, as we saw, in front of the Winnie the Pooh ride. Pooh's in front of the Winnie the Pooh ride. Eeyore is in front of the Winnie the Pooh ride. Dopey is... I am not sure if that. I'm not sure if that's a pavilion in Epcot or if that is Fantasyland. I think that's actually a pavilion in Epcot. It's just outside, because I've taken pictures there, I believe, with Snow White. There's a wishing well they have set up in the corner where the Snow White characters sometimes appear. So I think that's what that is. Can't swear to it. Lion King characters are obviously in Animal Kingdom, just in the walkway in front of one of the walkways. Beast is at Disney MGM Studios in front of the theater where they do the Beauty and the Beast show. And it's not called Disney MGM Studios anymore, but that's what it was called then. And Ariel, I assume, is... Oh, wow. I want to say it's in front of her ride, but I don't think they made that ride until later. That was part of the new Fantasyland. So this might be the Seas Pavilion at Epcot. There is a few places kind of like that might be part of. So that might be what that is. Anyway, there is... I don't know what these are worth, if anything. I mean, I'm sure they're worth something, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cards. So if anybody wants these as like all of them, it'd be $18, $1 a card. I don't really have any protective sleeves, I don't think, or anything to send them in, but I would wrap them very carefully. If anybody wants those, I'll be happy to get them to you, since they're doubles for me. And then I have the triples and so forth too, if anybody wants it, like individual cards. Got Donald, Snow White, Alice, Tigger, Pooh, Dopey, Simba, Beast, and Ariel. So I guess we are having a claim sale today, but it's cards. So if you guys want any of those, let me know. And yeah, we'll take care of it. As on my claim sales, it's USA only. Once we get some of the advertising revenue coming in, maybe that will change depending on how it goes. I don't know. Don't know how it's all going to work out. We play it as we go, but for right now, we play it as we don't know. Now, these would be cool to put under the glass too, just like I do with the cutouts that Mike made for me. Might do that with some of those. Okay, so now I need to find a place to protect these, right? Now that I stupidly took them all out. Someplace where they'll be safe. And I won't forget where I have them. Alright, well, I'll just put them down on this shelf for now. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any interest in those. And now let's get to the comics. Where are the comics? What did I do with the comics? Here they are. Here they are. So yeah, I've read these in the last, I don't know, couple months or so. I'm still working my way through the great big box I made for myself. It's sitting by my bed, along with all the long boxes that are sitting by my bed. Ugh. And first up, we have the DC Universe Halloween special from 2008. One shot, nice and thick. This was pretty good, if I remember correctly. I mean, the stories are short because there's a bunch in here. But, elongated man and his wife are dead. So they're hosting as ghosts. You got various things on the pumpkins, like the Superman logo, the Batman logo. And so they're kind of hosting the issue. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stories in here besides the introduction. And so they're a little short, but it is thick. And they were pretty good. This first one, this is not Power Girl. That's Cat Grant and Jimmy Olsen. They're at a costume party at the Daily Planet. So, Wonder Woman is actually Lois, and I forgot the name of this guy. He's the jerk that's always picking on Clark Kent as the Flash. So they're all just dressed up as different characters. And so it's a ghost story about a ghost that basically is haunting the Daily Planet. And then you got a Green Lantern story. And for how short these are, they're pretty good. I think it would have been better if they'd have made them a little bit longer. It's like by the time you kind of getting into the story and you want to see more, it's over and they're on to the next story. So I would have, I think, preferred 4 or 5 stories that were a little bit longer to have a little more time to develop. But it was still good. I still enjoyed it. It's not as good as it could be, but it was cool. It was a Halloween issue. It was Halloween stories and ghost stories and so forth. So, yeah, it was fun. But I'm not going to keep it. It's going to go into a future auction. And then we have Deadpool, Millionaire with a Mouth. This is a thick trade, right? I think I forget how many issues it reprinted. First 5 issues, I guess. And I read it, and I still don't like Deadpool very much. I would say this is probably the first fair shot I gave it, and I understand the humor. I get what they're going for. It's just not something that appeals to me personally all that much. I mean, there's a funny line here and there. I did enjoy seeing slapstick in there. The storyline was a little convoluted and didn't make sense by the time it was all resolved. But it's okay. It is what it is. It's just not really something I enjoyed all that much. But there's people that do, and this was originally $16. So it's in nice shape. It does have a little scuffing and stuff on the back of it. It looks like, but hey, for $3 going into an auction, it'll be fine. So that'll be going into a future auction as well, and so will these. These are all going into a future auction. And these will go in as a set. I might put these in a claim sale, actually, these 2. There are these 3. So this is Dr. Spector, Master of the Occult, right? And I read this first, and if I remember correctly, I was really impressed with this first one. Guy's got a reality show where he debunks, uh, people that claim to be psychic or whatever, that type of thing. And it starts out really good. And then they made the mistake of, in the next few issues, to turn it into a superhero story. And then it just kind of devolves into a multiversal superhero story of some sort. And it was okay, but this first issue is really good. And then they went into a different direction. And it's written by Mark Waid, so it's well written. And of course, it's an old Gold Key character updated by Dynamite. It's worth checking out. It's worth a read. And yeah, under different circumstances, I would probably keep these because it is a Gold Key character. But yeah, it's. I'm trying to stick with older stuff at this point. So these will go into future sales or auctions. But they're all worth checking out, honestly. This was decent. The first issue is really good. And this is what it is. It's okay. It's not my cup of tea, but it is. Some people like it. I'm glad I tried it. Now I know I don't like Deadpool. But it was something to read. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't for me. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on those. I don't know what kind of time frame we're at because I spend a lot of time taking care of my mom that I have to cut out. So I guess we'll call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. We do have the auction tomorrow. These won't be in there. I don't know will be in there because I'm filming this a week ahead of time. And so the books I have here for the auction are actually for last week's auction as you're watching this. So I'll grab another box next week but I don't know. It'll be similar stuff to what was in tomorrow's auction or last week's auction that you saw. It's man, time travel. It's so confusing. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next time. Have a great night. Oh, and it's Friday, so Crazy Joe, Crazy Hungarian, is on tonight with me, him, probably Easy Comic Reader, and possibly some other wonderful people. So check that out tonight. It's, I believe, 9 o'clock Eastern time, but don't quote me on it. Go to his channel, like it, subscribe to it, and check it out for yourself. We'll see you soon, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Step right up, don't be shy. Join the fun, give it a try. Click that button, it's not slide. We can take this song so high. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. Do up D, it's so neat. Hit that like, feel the beat. Join the rhythm, move your feet. Subscribe and make it sweet. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our